Yo, what's up, my people? How y'all doing? It's your boy Darren B representing Black Diamond FX. And tonight I will be giving you guys my total, full, unadulterated supply and demand strategy. This works. Look, I know y'all used to seeing my what is it, ICC? However, and like I said in my last video, ICC and supply and demand, the way I trade it is the same thing. All right. Now, Sai does his a little bit differently than I do. All right. Me personally, if you guys have seen my earlier videos, you guys know, you guys already know, I've been trading this way for a while. I would look for something like this fair value gap right here, right? See, this is a supply zone. I look for this fair value gap, price come up. We got a sweep in the fair value gap. It swept it into demand, into supply, and I'll be looking to take this trade down. All right. But first, before we get into anything, the first thing I do, or what I need you guys to do, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share this with as many of your friends as you can possibly share it with your trading community, share it on your social media pages, show your boys some love, because I'm about to give y'all some game free 99 tonight. All right. So first things first, the first thing I do, I want to see what direction that the market is moving in. All right. So I'm on my higher time frame, and I like to use the 1 hour as my higher time frame. All right. So if I'm on a 1 hour time, I'll tell you what, let's go to NQ right quick. Let's go to NQ. All right. So if I'm on the higher time frame, like I said, I want to see what direction the market is moving in. And if I'm looking at this, I can clearly see this as a downtrend. In a downtrend, we sell, right? Remember, we sell from supply, we buy from demand, right? Okay. Now, supply and demand works great in a trending market. If the market is consolidating, you have to wait for that breakout. A lot of times, out of consolidation, what will happen is it'll break out, it'll leave behind an order block for you to take a trade from. All right. Same thing as supply and demand. Use that consolidation area as your supply zone or your demand zone. Wait for price to break out. Once it break out, that should break a structure. All right. You want to see it break out with impulse, them strong candles. You also want to see it leave behind. You want to see it break structure. Once it break out, you want to see it break structure. You want to see the strong candles, and you want to see it leave behind them FVGs, them fair value gaps as well. All right. Now, for those of you that don't know a supply zone or a demand zone, how to find them, they're going to be that last. If it's a supply zone, it's going to be that last. Watch this. That last up candle before the big move, impulse move down. Look, the last up candle, which is this black one, before the big impulse move down. All right. If it's a demand zone, it's going to be the last down candle before the big impulse move up. That breaks structure. Remember that. That's very important. The last your demand zone is going to be your last down candle before the big strong move up that breaks structure and leave behind fair value. Your supply zone is going to be your last up candle, this one. All right. And I like to mark it all the way up to the top up there. Your last up candle before your big impulse move down that leaves behind fair value and breaks structure. See that low got broken right there? And then look what happened. 50%, they call that the consequent encroachment. 50% of your zone, that's called consequent encroachment. I like to see price hit that. All right, I like to see price hit that. But that's what I look for in that 1 hour. I want to see what direction are we moving in. I also want to see where we I also want to see all right, I want to see that zone on the 1 hour. I want to see what direction we're moving in on the 1 hour. All right. So I look for my zone. Now, Once we get that break, now it's a waiting game. You got to be patient. Once you draw your zone, look what I do. I come over here. This is the beginning of my zone right here, right? Because if I'm looking to sell, this is the beginning of my zone. So what I do, I come over here and I set an alert. I come over here to this little plus sign right there. I put it right on the edge of my zone, right there. All right, I click it, hit add alert right there. And I like to go on whatever time frame. I like to go on like the 3 minute or the 5 minute. Whatever my entry time frame is, that's the time frame I go on before I set that alert. So if I'm entering on the 5 minute, I want to go on that 5 minute time frame. All right. And I'm gonna come over here. And then once that 5 minute candle closes above that line, once it crosses and closes, boom, I'm gonna get my alert. All right. So then I'm gonna get my alert, and then I'm gonna come over, and I want to see. I'm looking for my entry. Now, there's several different ways you can enter a trade like this. All right, you can always take an aggressive entry. And what's an aggressive entry? Aggressive entry, as soon as it comes in there, you go ahead on. As soon as it comes in, and you see some kind of sign of rejection, some kind of sign that this is going bearish, you go ahead on and take that trade. All right, and your stop loss is going to be here. That's probably your worst entry. The aggressive entry for a trade like this is going to be your worst entry. Aggressive entries are good when you get that wick tap. That wick tap. That's when you're good for those aggressive entries. All right. A trade like this, because remember, this wasn't a wick tap. You got candle closes in here. All right. So now I want to see some kind of bearish price action. I want to see something that's going to tell me, all right, yeah, some kind of confirmation. All right. So this is, wait, I messed up. 5 minute. Okay. Yeah. 5 minute right here. Let's see what the 3 minute looks like. Let's go back. I want to see. I want to see. All right. Check this out. Boom. This is it right here. We got a 3 minute entry. Watch this. So now I call this my smart money entry. Because look, now I don't know if you guys remember me saying this in the past, but the market is fractal. All right. What that means is whatever happens on a higher time frame will also happen on the lower. Let's go back to the 1 hour. I want to show you something. This is important. Look at what we got. We got our demand zone, right? We came down, broke structure, price came back to it. Y'all see that? This is on the 1 hour chart. Watch this. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Watch. If it's good for the setup, it should be good for the entry, right? Watch this. Look at what we got right here. I'm gonna make it big because I don't want y'all to miss this. Oh, wait, what did I do? All right. Watch this. I don't want y'all to miss this at all. Some of y'all probably see it already. Now remember, we broke structure on that 1 hour. We broke structure. Hold on. We broke structure. All right. Left behind, came back up to a what? Order block fair value gap, right? Look at that right there. Where your entry at? Boom. This is your entry right here. And look at this evening star pattern. That's an evening star. Evening star is a bearish reversal. Put your stop loss right above here. Use your higher time frame, that 1 hour, for your take profit target, that 1 hour structure. Where was it? That 1 hour structure right here, this low. Now your risk to reward is insane. Watch this. Watch this risk to reward, y'all. Y'all think I'm joking. Y'all think I'm clowning. Y'all think it's a game. Y'all think I just be bull. I ain't gonna say the word, but y'all think I be bull pooping. Check this out. Watch this risk to reward, y'all. And I'm gonna show y'all how much money. Now, instead of that big old stop loss, now check this out. You going from here, all right? Your stop loss is here, just above there, and your target is here. 16.29. That's your RR. Who catching that? Who catching that besides Black Diamond FX? Ain't nobody out there catching no 16.29 risk to reward. You know what I'm saying? They going 1 to 2s and 1 to 3s. Some of them 1 to 1s. I even seen people with negative risk to rewards. You know what I'm saying? They risk bigger than their reward. I'm like, man, come on, dog. What you doing? What you doing? Come on, bruh. This is what we do. And look, remember I told you about that 50%? That consequent encroachment? Look where it's at. Come on, man. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is how I catch these. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not as popular as some of the other big names. I'm kind of flying under the radar. But guess what? I'm just as good as a lot of them cats out there. I just don't get the recognition, which is cool. I really don't want the recognition. I just want the money. You know what I'm saying? I just want the money. Pay me. Pay me. The market gonna pay me. The market is, I'm not even saying the market gonna pay me. The market is paying me. 16.29 RR. Who catching that? Besides Black Diamond FX, I don't see nobody catching those 16.29 risk to reward, man. They're doing 1 to 3s. Why? Because they don't understand. If the market is going down, if this is a downtrend, right? Why settle for that 1 to 3? If it's a downtrend, if it's a legit downtrend, it has to break this low, right? It has to. We making what? Lower lows. If it's a downtrend, it's gonna make a lower low. Come on, man. Holler at your boy, man. Come on. Let's see. Let's look at the money on this. Like my girl Tanya said. What's the money on that? All right. Let's see what the money is. Let's see. Well, how much we would have made on that trade right there? One contract. We're gonna put one contract on NQ. We're gonna do a sell limit. One contract from 29, 391.25. 391.25. And we're gonna take that trade, all right. Yeah, we're gonna take that trade all the way down to 28, 28927. How much money is that? Let's see. Reward USD $9,285. One contract. One contract. And that's from tap you in at 8:06 a.m. Tapped you out at 11:24. 3 hours and almost 20 minutes. Almost 3 hours and 20 minutes to make $9,285. Your stop loss was right here to there. Look at that. You would have risked $600 to make 90, let's say almost 9,300. Come on, man. Who doing that? Who, man, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta come get with Black. Y'all look. I got the link. I got my WAP link in my bio, in the description of this video. Y'all come on, come learn, man. Come learn. I don't teach y'all no fluff. I teach y'all exactly the way I trade. That's what I teach. If you have no trading experience, I start you with the basics and we roll from there. If you have experience, all right, cool. I meet you where you at. Let's see what else we got. That's NQ. Let's look at gold. Let's look at GC. That was NQ. Let's look at GC. Let me erase this right here. I don't really like the way GC was looking today, but we gonna find something. Now I gotta tell y'all, these results, y'all don't get these types of results every day. All right. They don't happen every day. But when they happen, like you take what the market gonna give you. Now, I did get a good trade on gold today. This was it right here. I'm gonna show y'all. Matter of fact, I showed y'all in the last video. Go check out my last video. I ain't gotta show y'all. Go check out my last video. Go check out my last. Look at this right here. We broke this structure right here on the 1 hour. Boom. What we got? Demand coming from down here. Went up. Boom. Broke that structure right there. Come on, dog. Look, y'all see that? It came down. Boom. Broke this and broke this. Came down, back into it. Boom. Broke this high right here. Did end up going back up, but still. That would have been enough right there. I want to find a good downtrend to show y'all. Hold on. Man, I'm hot. I'm hot, like temperature wise. I don't know, gang. Let's see if I can find a good one. Hold up. I'm gonna just scroll back right there. Wherever we stop, that's where I'm gonna go from right here. Uptrend right here. Let's see what we got. All right. Look at this. So here, all right. So price came down here, right? It started going up, it broke these highs, but it started consolidating. All right. So this right here, being honest with you guys, I probably would not have, not saying I couldn't, but I probably would not have gotten into a trade here. However, it did follow the rules. Because look what we got. We broke structure. We broke this high right here. This is on the 1 hour. Last down move was here before you move up. Last down move, I like to mark the whole down to the low. I stretch it over. See where we tapped in at right there? Where's the high at? Right here. Right there. This move would have took, this one here would have took you a little minute. All right. When the move happens, when it plays out, man, I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. It's awesome. All right. Look at this right here. Tap in right here. Your confirmation entry. Look, I didn't even go down yet. I didn't even go down to the lower time frame yet. Look at that. Boom. Broke highs right there. Came down. Could take that or take it back up to this high right here. Come on, man. Y'all think we playing up in here? We don't play. And I didn't even go down. This is all from the 1 hour. This is all from the 1 hour chart. I didn't even go down. I didn't even go down to my 5 minute or 15 minute. I showed you from right there, everything on the 1 hour time frame. Come on, man. Look, I'm telling y'all want to learn this, go to the WAP link in the description of this video. I got two options. You got two options. Well, you got three options. The trading community, 67 a month. The trading community, you don't get one-on-one coaching. All right. You got the community and coaching for 197 a month. All right. That's community and one coaching a week. Or one-on-one coaching. This is just 5 coaching sessions right here. 350. Five sessions, $350. All right. This is not monthly. This is for 5 sessions. This is roughly what? $70 a session. All right. Roughly 70 a session, but it's a package, 350. All right. Normally I charge 100. 100 for one session. You got a deal right here. All right. You got a deal right there, 30% off. All right. Y'all want to learn to trade? Look, wap.com/black-diamond-fx. Holla at your boy, man. If y'all find this video helpful, please, by all means, give me that thumbs up. Show your boy some love. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Thank you guys for coming, and I will talk to you later. Deuces.